Hi Aries, it's Nick. I hope you guys are doing good. It's for all my Aries, Sun, Rising, Venus men and women. I'm back at my old space, but this is going to be the last reading, the last week you see me here. So take a look, say bye. Next time I will be in my new room. So it's been great. I'll miss it, but off to new beginnings. And before we get started, I would like to thank Betterhelp, H-E-L-P, for sponsoring this video. Betterhelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Personally, tarot and astrology has been an amazing way to gain insight on different emotions, situations, blockages I go through, and although it can be an amazing way to overcome certain challenges, if these challenges are related to your mental health, it might then be more appropriate to speak to a licensed therapist. As some of you may already know, I'm in the middle of moving right now, and my life is changing very, very fast. And with these changes comes both exciting but also stressful and anxiety-driven mental and emotional ups and downs. So my therapist, Jeffrey, has been an amazing and great resource for me while I go through these major transitions in my life. He's really helped me process many of my worries and concerns by giving me space to kind of slow down my thoughts, which is not always easy, as you guys probably already know. He reminds me to never stop asking questions so I can figure out why I feel certain things to address the root cause and maybe help prevent it from becoming bigger than it has to be. So that has been really, really helpful for me.
What's great is that you can talk to your therapist in a private online environment at your convenience, and they have a large network of over 20,000 therapists ready to help you that may not be available in your area. The website is easy to use. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs and what you're looking for, and then get matched with a therapist within 48 hours. You can then schedule a secure video or phone session, plus exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. If for whatever reason you don't vibe with your therapist, you can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime.
So be sure to check them out and use my link below to get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Nicloves, and that's betterhelp, HELP.com/Nicloves. And thank you to Betterhelp for sponsoring this video. So this is your weekly. We're covering from May 30th till June 5th. And this week, guys, on the 30th, we have a new moon in Gemini. So new thoughts, new conversations, new ideas, maybe making new connections, lots of talking, lots of connecting, maybe making new friends. It's Memorial Day weekend as well, so happy Memorial Day. Hopefully you'll get to celebrate or just chill, have some fun, spend time with friends, or relax. And then on the 3rd, June 3rd, we have Mercury in Taurus going direct. So no more Mercury retrograde. It's still going to be in the shadow period for a little bit, but it's now going direct. So no more mental fog. We'll be able to think clearly, speak clearly, less delays, and be able to think more logically and practically, and especially maybe have more confidence have more certainty about what we're saying or what we're thinking. So this will be good. And then on the 4th, we have Saturn in Aquarius going retrograde until July 7th. So this is kind of giving us a time to kind of reflect, I guess, look back and reorganize, or just reevaluate our goals, our duties, obligations, responsibilities, kind of see maybe where we can pivot, or if we need to change something, or if we're good. This could be a time when you feel like you could relax a little bit, or if you've been procrastinating, you may feel a little bit extra stressed. But I think it's more so just a more reflective time where we can kind of reevaluate, rethink, make a game plan, or change something up, or just kind of like, okay, let's see how this goes. So it allows us time to kind of slow down. All right. So we're going to be covering a little bit of health, work, and love. I'll have a link to the extended reading below in the description box if you're interested afterwards, okay? All right, guys. So my Aries, when it comes to your health, well, it feels like you're doing things more in moderation this week. If you've been kind of maybe doing too much of something or doing too little of something, it feels like this week you're finally coming to an equilibrium and having a good balance. So maybe your balance is going to be better. Like maybe you're literally working on your balance, your flexibility, yoga, your poses. You could also be balancing your hormones if maybe things have been kind of out of whack, or you've been all over the place. It feels like this is a week where you finally kind of like, okay, find your rhythm. You're finding what works. You're not doing too much, too little of something. And it feels like you got your health in order, or your health is finally like, okay, like going a little bit smoother. If you've had some issues, or you've been like low energy or too high energy, this week it's like things are coming into a balance for you. And if you had any imbalances this week, things are going to come back come back to the place where it needs to be. Okay, and it just feels like you're doing things the right way, and you're not going to extreme, which is a good thing. So feels like you're doing the right thing. Whatever is working for you, or whatever you're doing is working for you, or you're gonna finally feel like it's kind of you're feeling a little bit more at ease, or like at feeling more like yourself. You're not too energetic or not too all over the place. You're kind of like finding your rhythm, or finding the right thing, finding the right regimen, the right schedule, the right foods, the right exercise. And it feels like your body is, you're learning to understand, you're learning to like listen to your body and understand what it needs, and kind of figure out. It's like I'm seeing someone who like doesn't need any like instructions or like measuring cups, measuring spoons when they're cooking, and they finally just kind of have it. They like in their head, they just kind of eye it, like, okay, yeah, like you shake it up, you realize, okay, that's good enough, that's good enough. So I see that's like your energy, where you don't really need to measure things as much anymore. You're kind of like, okay, I get what works now. I just gotta like sprinkle a little this, little that, and I'm good. Salt, pepper, whatever. And you're knowing what's like a good amount, or what's needed, if that makes sense. Okay, all right. And when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, well, it feels like you're in your feelings about something, but you're like waiting on something. So you could be waiting to hear back, waiting to hear news, waiting to get a call, an email, and you're kind of sitting out, or you're sleeping on something that maybe has been in your mind or in your heart, but you're trying to wait to make a decision, possibly, or something someone said, or something that happened. You're kind of like, I don't know if I should react. Let me just soak in this energy. Let me figure things out before I kind of like jump to conclusions, or before I make an assumption. Let me just kind of like sleep on it, think about it, and then I'll decide, or wait to hear back, wait for the call or the email or response. So it feels like you're waiting on something, but it's more so like you're emotionally trying to figure out what to do, because you don't want to react too fast. You're trying to like do things the right way. So it feels like you're like waiting this week, or kind of sitting on something, and you're kind of choosing to, instead of just kind of jumping into something or reacting, you're trying to figure out how exactly you feel, how it is that you should feel. A Pisces could be involved, or the Pisces energy, where you're really wanting to like allow yourself to like dream and feel what's going on, or feel out the situation. Like, let's say you're in some negotiation, or you're trying to look for a job, or you're looking into some deal, or something for work, and a product you need to buy or something. You're trying to feel it out first. You're like, let me check out the company, let me talk to the representative, let me see how I feel about it first, and then I'll decide. Or you're trying to look at all the reviews, and you're like, okay, give me a few days and then I'll make a decision. Okay, you're feeling it out. And then when it comes to your love, relationships, and dating, on your side, we have the Ace of Pentacles, Page of Cups in reverse, and the Hierophant. All right, so some of you can have Taurus somewhere in your chart, or maybe you're a Taurus, Aries, Taurus cusp. All right, so your birthday could be like towards the end of April. All right, and on this other side, for this other person, this can be the past, present, or future situation, or all three, all the above. We have Four of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Three of Wands. All right, so as far as who you could be dealing with, well, definitely could be a Taurus, or a Gemini, or maybe another fire sign like yourself, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Doesn't have to be though, could be any sign, or it could just be the energy this person is embodying or playing out at this time. All right, so what's going on here? Well, definitely feels like things are getting serious. Things are getting serious with someone, or someone who's coming into your life is going to be very serious about you. And it feels like someone is taking the words out of your mouth, or they beat you to it. They beat you to the punch, but in a good way, where like you were about to say something, or you were going to bring something up or suggest something, and then they literally said what you were going to say, but maybe in their own words. You're like, wow, like I didn't have to say it. Or you were going to bring up like the topic, oh, so what are we? Or like, how do you feel about me? Or you were going to bring something up, and they were like, they just beat you to it. They said it before. You're like, they said what I was just thinking, like what the heck? So this is someone who I feel like could be a little bit stubborn, set in their ways, but they're really good. like they're really good with their finances. They could be really frugal or smart with their money. Maybe they like to collect things. Maybe they collect watches, shoes, crystals, rocks. I don't know, maybe they collect stuff possibly. And they could be more of a homebody, or they like to be home. They like to keep to themselves. Could also be someone who loves hugs or likes to like, you know, hold you tight or like squeeze you tight. I do also feel someone who's really lighthearted, maybe has a bubbly personality, is really sweet, or is really like, doesn't, it's funny, like easy to get along with, very friendly. They could have very pretty eyes or like light colored eyes, have a nice smile or a nice laugh, giggle. Maybe they are really funny, or just like how they talk or like the way they talk is kind of funny. I also feel like this is someone who is, you get along with, like you guys have things in common, or maybe you have like common interests, or you both like golfing, or you both like making certain foods or something, okay? And this could be a soulmate for you, someone who's divinely guided. This could be someone you're with right now, you're dating, you're getting to know, or you just met them, or you're about to meet this person and you don't know them yet. But it feels like whoever this person is someone that is you're gonna be serious with. And someone that wants to be in a relationship, or that you can definitely see yourself in a relationship with, that you can see yourself marrying this person or just being serious with them. And for you, it's really important to have that common like ground of morals, character, values, or religious views, or whatever your views are. Like this person supports that. They support you. And it feels like, oh no, I let Nala out now. She's barking. All right, so there's a new beginning though, a new beginning, a new offer. And I feel like you were the one that was initially going to give this offer, or maybe ask this person something, or talk to them, or ask them out or something. And maybe you did at first, but now they are going to be the ones that actually say super sweet things to you without you having to say it. Like maybe you asked this person out. Maybe you said, oh, we should hang out sometime. And they're like, okay, cool. And you guys end up hanging out, or you go on a date. But now, instead of you having to like be all sweet and lovey-dovey, they are the ones that suggest and like bring something up, and you're like, wow, like you didn't think it would happen. So it's like you may have thought you were gonna have to do all the work or put in all the effort, but it wasn't the case, or it's not gonna be the case with this person. It's like they took the words out of your mouth, and they are gonna be like, oh, I really like you, or like, how do you feel about this? Or, you know, I really like hanging out with you. It seems like we get along. It's like things that they're gonna say, you're like, oh gosh, like what, like this is so cool, like I was so nervous. Like you could have like been practicing, like, oh, what am I gonna say, how am I gonna ask, and they just literally just like said it all without you even having to be nervous or like talk about it. And it just like it's gonna like ease your nerves so much. So you were gonna say something, or you were maybe gonna message them something sweet, and they beat you to it. Like let's say you go on a date with someone, and you go back home and you're thinking, oh, what should I say? Like, oh, thank you. And then you find out they had already messaged you. They already texted you how they had so much fun. You're like, oh my gosh, they beat me to it. Like, what the heck? So you may get kind of surprised like that possibly this week, or someone who's just like, who's usually kind of stubborn to themselves, maybe doesn't really like, is not super lovey-dovey like that all the time. They like beat you to it, or they say something really nice to you. You're like, oh my gosh, and they're going to present some kind of decision to you, or they're really they're like really sure about you, and they're deciding, or they want you to decide because they've already decided that they maybe are very interested in you and want to make sure you guys are on the same page. And it feels like some of you could be getting into relationships very soon, or if you're not in a relationship, or you could be in a relationship, but this is someone or a connection that wants to be serious with you, maybe is looking for marriage, or wants to be in a serious committed partnership. Okay, so I could see some of you going on dates, possibly getting asked out. Someone's just saying how much they like you, enjoy talking to you, and seeing, kind of like picking your brain, seeing where you're at, if you're looking for something, if you're not, how you feel about marriage, how you feel about relationships. And according to what you say or how you react, they're gonna want to keep going, or they're gonna want to pursue it and want to do more things together, take action, plan things. Okay, so I feel like this is a connection that's going places, and it's getting serious. And it's also nice because both of you are gonna have like the same morality, same character, values, or very similar. That is a good match for each other. And this can very well be a life partner, a soulmate, and also a best friend all in one, which is like the best thing ever. Okay, so please be open, guys. You could be meeting someone very soon, or the person that you're with right now could be your potential the one later on, or could already be the one and you don't even know it yet. Okay, so let's continue on and extend it to get more information, to see where their energy is at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and also your advice. So we'll continue on the extended. Link will be below. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care. Bye.